We all know that sound of a dog barking, and dogs are very dear to my heart. I love them dearly. I grew up with one, and this video is about dogs and spiritual awakening. So if you're interested in dogs and interested in spiritual awakening, this is the video for you. All right. So I grew, by the way, start with me. My name is Jody Dean. I help you navigate your spiritual awakening journey, embody your soul purpose, and authentically express who you really are in the world, in your full potential. All right, so dogs. I grew up with one. His name was Crafty. He was absolutely gorgeous. He was a border collie mixed with golden retriever and Labrador. He was a mongrel dog. He was a companion by my side and my brother and sister's side. He was always there. He was loyal, he was faithful, he was loving, he was kind. He was a beautiful dog. Loved to stroke him. He was fairly feral as well. He would just go off. He was allowed to, and he lived in the countryside at that time, and there were no rules around dogs having to be on leads all the time or anything like that. So that was cool. And he would just go off on his own way into the fields and down the lanes, and then he would come back. Occasionally he got into a fight with another dog, and he usually won. I have one traumatic childhood memory of him having a fight with a dog outside our house in Jersey, and this is the island of Jersey, by the way, in Blanc-Pignon, and I remember just bawling my eyes out, just crying my eyes out. Just traumatized because of this fight going on. They're really like, barking and biting each other, these two, my dog and this other neighbor dog or some dog from around who just appeared out of nowhere. And my mum came with a broom and tried to kind of push them away, and then got a bucket of water. My brother was there as well. We were both bawling our eyes out. It was, awful. Anyway, that sticks out in my mind, right? Because it was this being that I loved so much, in this horrible fight, and I was worried that he might die, or, so many things. And so this eternal bond. And my brother was also very, very more so deeply bonded with this dog than I was, actually. And dogs, they are protectors. Let's face it, the guard dog kind of archetype, hunter archetype, the wolf, really. They're an evolution of the wolf in some ways, and many ways, in fact, they are, right? They've been bred from wolves, and wolves are hunters and meat eaters as well. You don't want to meet a pack of wolves on your own in the woods unless you are so deeply in tune with Mother Nature that you're able to neutralize the situation and commune with them. But that again is another video. Because most people are afraid of themselves, and animals can feel that. And so there's also this, I was having a conversation last night about that, about animals, and with a guy who was like, animals don't like me. And I was like, oh, okay. In my experience, animals are mirrors, and they're very attuned to their environment, and so they're obviously picking something up from you, and it's probably, and he said, fear, I'm afraid of them. So it's like, okay, well then they feel your fear, and dogs will feel your fear as well. But on the other hand, dogs are ultimately the most loyal beings that we know of, right? And they will go on and on and on to the end. And dogs are unconditionally loyal and loving when you live with them and you take them on as your pet. And yes, so maybe you have a dog, or you had a dog in your life. I'm interested, how that has affected you, because for me, having this dog, Crafty, until I was 11 and a half years old, he was this companion that I trusted and that I loved, and who loved me unconditionally. There was no mind involved in our relationship. And that is key, I feel, because in terms of the spiritual awakening subject, when we have our awakening, we disidentify ultimately at some point during the awakening process towards illumination. We disidentify with the mind, with our thoughts as being our core reality. And with a dog, with a canine friend, you are gifted that from the dog. The dog, with its affection, with its unconditional love to you, with its loyalty, it is not judging you. The dog is not criticizing you. The dog is absolutely your kind, loving friend and teacher, and it loves you unconditionally. There is no mind there. There is no judgment there. And so it's showing us what love looks like. It's showing us what unconditionality looks like. It's showing us what no mind looks like. Now, I'm not saying dogs don't have thoughts and that's the end of it. What I am saying, though, is that they enable us to feel and sense reality and interact with reality in a no-mind way, because that's ultimately what they're in their being, dogs. And they are this incredibly loving, loyal, affectionate being as well, which in some ways I would say, and check this out for yourself, don't take my word for it, they are emulating the divine, that the source consciousness, source itself, the all-loving isness that loves us unconditionally as well. And I feel like ultimately, in terms of spirituality, that's what dogs gift us, that's what they show us, and that's what they invite us into, in terms of the spiritual journey and the spiritual quest. So if you have, again, any insights, any downloads, anything you'd like to share about your experience, your relationship with your own dog or dogs, in terms of that and your soul's journey and your spiritual path, then I'd love to hear in the comments. I love all animals, and I will make more videos about animals because I love them so much, and they are, for me, our teachers. So if you have a particular animal you would like to have a video about, then do share in the comments and I'll endeavor to make one. And yes, again, anything you have to share, please do so. And if you like this, then please like and share if it's you feel value for someone else, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell. I also offer these free calls at the moment, gifted calls, to help you get some clarity and activate your vision. So use the link below to book them if there's some still available. And yes, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jody Dean, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.